Welcome back to the days. Today we will learn about the explosive developments that are set to rock Salem during the week of September 22, 2025. As shocking DNA revelations, dangerous romantic entanglements, and deadly threats converge in a whirlwind of drama that will leave fans breathless. Sarah Horton Kyriakis faces her greatest regret. The complex web of emotions surrounding Sarah Horton Kyriakis reaches a devastating crescendo as she grapples with the overwhelming realization that her relentless accusations against Xander Cook Kyriakis may have been completely misguided. For weeks, Sarah has been consumed by rage and betrayal, convinced that her husband's violent tendencies had finally crossed an unforgivable line when she believed he had brutally attacked Philip Kyriakis in a moment of uncontrolled fury. However, the truth has emerged in the most unexpected way possible, as Philip himself has been persistently approaching Sarah with urgent pleas for her to reconsider her harsh judgment of Xander. Initially, Sarah dismissed Philip's desperate attempts to defend Xander as nothing more than misguided loyalty between brothers, assuming that Philip was simply covering for Xander's inexcusable behavior out of family obligation and brotherly devotion. But this time, something in Philip's voice, his desperate sincerity, and the unwavering conviction in his eyes has finally penetrated Sarah's wall of anger and resentment. The devastating realization that she may have been completely wrong about the entire situation has left Sarah questioning every harsh word she spoke, every accusation she hurled, and every legal action she initiated against the man she once promised to love and cherish forever. The weight of her mistakes crashes down upon her like a tidal wave as she reflects on the divorce papers she filed in a moment of blind rage, the custody battle she initiated to separate Xander from their precious daughter, and the countless moments of public humiliation she subjected him to throughout Salem. Each harsh criticism, each bitter confrontation, and each attempt to destroy his reputation now feels like a dagger through her heart, as she realizes the profound injustice she may have inflicted upon the man she vowed to stand beside through sickness and health. What makes the situation even more complicated is the underlying truth that fans are well aware of. Xander did indeed physically assault Philip during a moment of explosive anger. However, his subsequent commitment to therapy and his genuine efforts to address his anger management issues demonstrate a man desperately trying to transform himself for the sake of his family and his future. Now, with her perspective completely altered and her understanding of the situation fundamentally changed, Sarah finds herself in the agonizing position of wanting to rebuild their shattered relationship. But the question that haunts her every waking moment is whether Xander, after enduring months of public humiliation, legal battles, and emotional torture at her hands, will ever be able to find it within his heart to trust her again. E.J. DiMera's dangerous game of seduction. The sophisticated and calculating E.J. DiMera finds himself walking an increasingly perilous tightrope as his professional relationship with the enigmatic Kat Green begins to blur the lines between business and pleasure in ways that could have catastrophic consequences for everyone involved. What began as a strategic hiring decision to bring Kat aboard as his dedicated assistant has evolved into something far more complex and potentially explosive, as E.J.'s renowned charm and magnetic personality work their magic on the mysterious newcomer to Salem. The dangerous dance between E.J. and Kat has taken on new dimensions as they share intimate dinners at Salem's most exclusive restaurants, engaging in conversations that grow more personal and flirtatious with each passing encounter. While E.J. maintains his characteristic cautious approach to new relationships, his growing fascination with Kat is becoming increasingly difficult to conceal from the prying eyes of Salem's ever-watchful residents. The situation becomes infinitely more complicated by the fact that Kat is secretly operating as an undercover ISA agent, working in collaboration with Ray Fernandez to investigate E.J.'s financial dealings and uncover potential irregularities in his acquisition of the financially struggling Salem hospital. Kat's dual role as both E.J.'s trusted assistant and a covert operative creates a web of deception that grows more dangerous with each passing day, as she must carefully balance her professional duties with her undercover mission while navigating E.J.'s increasingly romantic advances. Meanwhile, restaurant patrons and Salem socialites have begun to whisper about the obvious chemistry between E.J. and Kat, with speculation running rampant about the true nature of their relationship. These rumors threaten to explode into a full-blown scandal that could have devastating consequences for EJ's political ambitions and professional reputation, particularly given his history of controversial romantic entanglements and questionable personal choices. The most dangerous aspect of this entire situation is how Kat's growing closeness to EJ directly threatens her blossoming romance with Chad DiMera, EJ's own brother. Chad has already begun to suspect that Kat is harboring significant secrets, and his growing paranoia about her mysterious text messages and clandestine meetings could lead him to uncover the truth about her ISA mission at the worst possible moment. As Kat continues to gather intelligence about EJ's hospital acquisition plans and financial irregularities, she finds herself caught between her professional obligations, her personal feelings for Chad, and the increasingly complicated dynamics with EJ. The revelation of her true identity and mission could shatter multiple relationships simultaneously, creating a domino effect of betrayal and heartbreak that would reverberate throughout the DiMera family for months to come. Stephanie Johnson's bold leap into cohabitation. The romantic relationship between Alex Kyriakis and Stephanie Johnson reaches a pivotal milestone as they make the momentous decision to officially move in together, representing a significant step forward in their evolving partnership. This major relationship development comes after weeks of careful consideration and deep conversations about their future together, as both individuals recognize the importance of taking their commitment to the next level. The initial phase of their cohabitation appears to unfold smoothly, with both Alex and Stephanie making genuine efforts to accommodate each other's living habits, personal routines, and individual quirks. Their shared domestic life begins with romantic breakfast preparations, cozy evening conversations, and the sweet intimacy of sharing daily experiences in ways they never could while maintaining separate residences. However, beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect domestic bliss, subtle tensions begin to emerge as the reality of sharing living space reveals previously hidden aspects of their personalities and lifestyle preferences. Small disagreements about household responsibilities, personal space boundaries, and future plans gradually escalate into more significant conflicts that test the foundation of their relationship. These emerging conflicts serve as a crucial test of their compatibility and their ability to navigate the challenges that come with deeper commitment and increased intimacy. The pressures of cohabitation force both Alex and Stephanie to confront aspects of themselves and their relationship that they may have previously ignored or overlooked during the honeymoon phase of their romance. The success or failure of their living arrangement will ultimately determine whether their relationship has the strength and resilience necessary to withstand the everyday challenges of a truly committed partnership, or whether the pressures of increased proximity will reveal fundamental incompatibilities that could threaten their future together. Thomas DiMera's dangerous surveillance mission. Young Thomas DiMera finds himself thrust into an increasingly complex and potentially dangerous situation as he takes it upon himself to closely monitor the activities and emotional state of Rachel Black, who has been struggling to cope with the traumatic events that have recently disrupted her young life. Thomas's natural protective instincts and genuine concern for Rachel's well-being drive him to assume the role of unofficial guardian and confidant, despite his own youth and limited understanding of the adult complexities surrounding their situation. The weight of responsibility that Thomas has placed upon his own shoulders creates an internal struggle as he grapples with feelings of helplessness and frustration over his inability to truly protect Rachel from the emotional turmoil that surrounds her. His desperate desire to be Rachel's hero conflicts with the harsh reality that there are certain adult problems and dangerous situations that are simply beyond the capabilities of even the most well-intentioned young person to resolve. The most challenging aspect of Thomas's self-appointed mission occurs when Rachel, in a moment of vulnerability and desperation, confides in him about sensitive family matters and potentially asks him to keep crucial secrets from the adults in their lives. This request places Thomas in an impossible moral dilemma, as he must choose between honoring Rachel's trust and potentially protecting her from further harm by revealing important information to his father or other trusted adults. The complexity of this situation is further complicated by Thomas's deep loyalty to his father and his understanding of the importance of honesty within their family structure. His internal conflict between protecting Rachel's confidence and fulfilling his obligations as a son and family member creates a psychological burden that weighs heavily upon his young shoulders. If Thomas ultimately decides to break Rachel's confidence and share her secrets with his father, the revelation could have far-reaching consequences that extend well beyond their childhood friendship, potentially impacting multiple adult relationships and family dynamics throughout Salem in ways that Thomas cannot possibly anticipate or understand. The Tesoro DNA bombshell that changes everything. The highly anticipated DNA test results for baby Tesoro finally arrive, bringing with them a shocking revelation that no one in Salem could have possibly predicted or prepared for. The mysterious circumstances surrounding Tesoro's parentage have been a source of intense speculation and investigation for weeks, with multiple theories and potential explanations circulating throughout the community. Brady Black and Steve Johnson's carefully constructed theory about Tesoro's true identity suffers a devastating blow when the DNA results definitively prove that their assumptions were completely incorrect. Their conviction that Tesoro was the biological child of Sophia Choi and Tate Black, which seemed so logical and well supported by circumstantial evidence, crumbles entirely in the face of scientific proof that contradicts their carefully researched hypothesis. However, the negative DNA results open the door to even more disturbing possibilities and questions about the true circumstances surrounding Tesoro's origins and the identity of his real parents. The elimination of one potential parentage scenario only serves to deepen the mystery and create new avenues for investigation that could lead to shocking revelations about other Salem residents. The possibility that the DNA test results themselves may have been tampered with or falsified adds another layer of complexity to an already convoluted situation. Suspicions arise about potential interference from individuals who may have had advanced knowledge of the testing process and the motivation to manipulate the results for their own protective or strategic purposes. The implications of this DNA revelation extend far beyond simple parentage questions, as the truth about Tesoro's identity could expose hidden relationships, secret affairs, and long-buried family connections that multiple Salem residents have desperately tried to keep concealed. The ripple effects of this revelation promise to send shockwaves throughout the community, affecting numerous families and relationships in ways that are only beginning to be understood. As Salem residents struggle to process the implications of these unexpected DNA results, new theories and investigations begin to emerge, setting the stage for even more dramatic revelations and explosive confrontations in the weeks to come. The truth about Tesoro's parentage may ultimately prove to be just the tip of an iceberg of secrets that could fundamentally alter the landscape of relationships and loyalties throughout the entire community.